Hello and welcome to Galaxies and Peril, episode 11, after almost exactly a month off. Wow, it's been a while. Um, let's start off with that recap. I'm also coming off of a little bit of a cold, chest cold, so I might be coughing and uh, expressing a little bit as we go. So here are my notes. We started off with this was that last time was our session where after we missed rain a little bit. So we started off with the motorcycle chase and something following Devil Wolf in the air, something dark with wings. Um, Rain followed the Reaver up to Pelham to their apartment and got some information on them. Uh, Also staked out the I don't know what this means. We also staked out the ice cream gang and see the smile guys. I don't know why I'm calling them that. Saw the guys who we saw at the warehouse earlier hanging out with the ice cream gang. So there's some connection there. Um, you wanted to do a right, that's how that went. Next job, we wanted to explore the warehouse more and find out what exactly is going on there with the cybernetic stuff. Did a little Nighthawk did a little research on the warehouse and found that it was connected to the Shaw Corporation, but also connected in some way to his family. Um, there's a like a subnet connected somewhere, and we learn a little bit more about his parents. They used to be heroes. There's some connection to Wakanda. We're not exactly sure. Meantime, we I didn't write down who it was, but I think it might have been think it might have been Reminks, went to talk to the Fantastic Four and got a proton pack psychic scanner from Sue Richards to help find out what the deal with the telepath was at the warehouse. And also, we talked to Reese inside the door, brought him some books. He was sitting by the stream with some docile deer and princess animals. Um, he told you all about the body shop with Rita and Ginny and Rain. Rain uh, cast a little bit around there to give him the ability to shape his space more while he's in there because it didn't seem like he was getting out anytime soon. And he got like a little Skrill Tech remote control. As a complication to that, when you all left, a twin Rain came out the door with you, clearly demonic. Um, Threw Devil Wolf and Nero around a little bit, went downstairs, turned three customers into demons, and booked it out the door. Svava knocked down a couple of the demon customers and went after the demon Rain. Let's see. Nighthawk shot a grappling hook at her, and she just burned it down and laughed and portaled away. Um, and the rest of y'all came downstairs, and we left off with you getting charged by some demon customers. And that is where we are in the middle of a fight with some customers of the coffee shop who have been turned into limbo demons. So, I think Nighthawk and Svava were basically outside or near the door, and Rain and Nero were coming down from upstairs. And you all are the ones who are getting charged by a demon that you haven't seen before. That's where we are. What would you like to do about that?
Yeah, well, they're customers, so we don't want to kill them.
Customer's always right. Yeah.
I mean, sorry, we were downstairs, right?
Yeah, Svava. So Svava was basically like in the doorway, I think, just having knocked a couple of demons aside. Nighthawk was outside, engaging with Devil Rain before she ported away, and the other two were coming downstairs.
Cool. So I think for me, it's just trying to keep the customers from hurting anyone until we can reverse this effect, whatever it is. And I don't know how to do that. I don't know magic. So
But you know how to punch, right?
yeah. I can knock them out.
Yeah. Punch them.
Yeah. I punch
That's what I'm
them.
going to do as I run on in. I'm going to, punch them.
Do you want to make this a little group action to fight a bunch of demons?
Yeah,
Yeah,
group
yeah,
action
that
sounds
sounds
great.
Cool. Just you two, or does anyone else want to start fisting?
I think Nero needs to make sure their place isn't wrecked. Yeah, sure.
Nice. Rain.
Oh, of course. I'm into. I'm not going to say what you said, but I'll be into that. Yeah.
Cool. Swava, do you want to lead it or
Yeah, I think I will.
cool?
Um,
This sounds like a straight up skirmish, unless you have inclination
yeah,
otherwise.
if it had been just me, I would have gone for smash, but I think skirmish is wiser overall, so we'll go for that.
Cool.
And I think I start like giving orders, like
Yeah.
over for that one, take out her legs, punch him in the face, that sort of thing.
Nice. Cool. Let's start rolling and see what happens.
Ooh. So I have 2 dice. I think I'll just roll that straight up. You get a 5.
Is that 5? Nice.
So I'll roll next. And I have 2 dice in skirmish. I'm going to spend a point of Battleborn, which is, during a fight, I can push myself. And one of my powers that I critted on last time was I can move faster than demons.
Yeah, that's
So
right.
I know how these guys go, so let's see what kind of advantage I can get. All threes.
3s across the board.
Oh,
Threes
wow.
across the board. Yep.
It's a critical of some sort.
Who's
Peril.
leading the group thing, by the way?
Swava.
Okay, sorry, Slava. Here comes my 1 die of skirmishing. Yeah, there you go. That's a 1. Sorry. I
Jeez.
kind of felt like that was coming.
So, a power I have that I haven't used before is called Arcane Fighting. Gain +1 die or improved position in combat versus the supernatural by imbuing your hands, melee weapons, or tools with psionic energy.
Yeah, what does that look like?
That's what it says here. It says,
Oh yeah, look at that.
it says this practice is not connected to your powers and is always available. How and what does it look like? Well, it looks like I rolled 2 dice. So let me do that real quick. And let me think about it. Hey, I got a 1 and a 3. Great.
Okay, so that sounds like 3 stress for Swava, is that right?
Yeah,
All
it's
right.
a good thing I'm here to tell you how to do this.
It is.
Because you are terrible.
I guess what happens is just basically like, I don't know, I don't have a great idea, but like the way that all of my nerd creds going out the door. Is it sting? Is it the sword or dagger that lights up when it's near
Yeah.
orcs or whatever?
Yeah.
So it's kind of bluish in the movie. So I just imagine just like some bluish flame kind of looking thing when I strike a supernatural creature. So like it leaves like a, I don't know, not burning, but a burning handprint kind of looking thing.
Yeah. Rain, the demon that you attack, it's a limo demon. What's the kind of unique deformation on this one.
Uh, um, a pair of horns.
Cool. Like ram horns, big ones, or like stubby, or
Um, huh. Yeah, they have a slight backward curl to them, so just basically like straight and back.
nice, like billy goat horns.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, and I think when you punch this one, your blue flames kind of like it's like a like gas flame hitting them,
Mhm.
and it grabs your wrist, and the blue flames turn red and start flowing back up your arm.
Oh wow, that's
Nighthawk, tell me about your demon.
Yeah, so I ran after, you know, I think I ran into the store because I can move faster,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm gonna slip in to try and get one of the ones from the back and grab a hold of them and just basically wanted to put them into like a fighting hold and throw
Mm-hmm.
them down so that they couldn't hurt anyone else or the store.
Yeah.
And I think this turned out poorly because I think I, you know, threw them into the store,
Mm.
right, and did some damage.
What's your demon's unique feature?
Ah. Um, I think it has joints that move in unnatural ways.
Oh
So
yeah.
instead of having, elbows that move forward and knees that move backward, they just swivel.
Yeah, yeah. I think when you grabbed it, it made use of those to kind of instead of being thrown to the ground, kind of like push itself off and go through the front window. I think.
Perfect.
Nero, tell me about your demon and what happened there.
Yeah, I think Nero tries to wrap around the demon, and the demon just sprouted a bunch of thorns and spikes
Nice.
that pierced into Nero. Because that's a one. It had to be bad. So
Yeah.
yeah, that happened. It was
Kind
not
of stuck
good.
there.
Mhm.
Yeah, but remember, you all get my 5.
Yeah, that's right.
You all get the best, so it's not that bad.
Yeah. So Spava, I actually want to hear your tactical advice for Rain to counteract the demons counteracting.
Ooh. Um, so that demon had horns, right?
Yeah.
Um,
Does this remind
yeah.
you of any like giant or devil or something that you fought before?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, some of the trolls and giants have horns. So I think, and these, they had grown to be quite big, right?
Mhm.
So yeah, try to get the horns stuck somewhere. So like make it rush against you and get the horn stuck in a doorpost or the ceiling or something. Uh,
Nice.
that sort of thing.
Yeah, Rain, what does it look like when you do that?
So the way I see it in my head, is that like it's holding onto my arm or whatever, uh, or my wrist, and uh, I use that like to my advantage, and I kind of roll around it,
Mhm.
so I'm behind it, and now like I'm not facing it, but now I've got my hand on its horns, and then I just start running backwards into the wall,
Nice.
or maybe I kick myself and we fly back into the wall or
Oh
something like
yeah,
that.
that's awesome. I
Yeah,
love that.
yeah. Um,
Spava, do you have any advice to Nighthawk to help with the destruction?
Yeah, that one had weird joints.
Yeah.
I think just ignore the knees and elbows. Just go for the face.
And I think I think in that case I pick up uh some of the debris that's nearby, and I think that's part of the bar, and
Mm.
smash it in the face with that.
Nice.
So it's
Yeah.
more destruction, but yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, and lastly, you see Remix just impaled on these spines.
Yeah.
Ow.
I think, yeah, I think I go, throw it here. I'll take care of it.
Yeah, awesome.
Because I can take some spikes. That's fine.
Yeah, Nero, how does that work out?
I think Darrow, like parts of her skin that are pierced or like withering, and to roll around and try to whip the demon towards Svava. Should have thought bubble. Really should have let Svava tackle this. What am I doing?
Yeah, and Svava bring it home with the spiky demon.
Yeah. I think I grab them and I think I slam them against the wall next to the one Rain ran into with the horns.
Nice.
So they're stuck there with the spikes.
Nice. Cool. And I think with that, they're all at least contained a little bit. I think Nero, Rain, and Svava are all taking level 1 harm. It's a tussle, but it's not really bad. And Night Hockey just messed up the place pretty bad. But they're all pretty like you have them kind of wrangled. What would you like to do now? They're still like struggling against the wall or growling at you or trying to get free, but they're not imminent threat at the moment.
So if we want to resist, we resist that individual, right?
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, and you can just use your
I'll just use my ability.
Did any of y'all want to resist?
Trading resilience for harm. Less effect. Yeah, I think I should. I'm going to resist with... Oh, it's Nero tough. We'll try prowess. We'll see how it goes. Nice. Hey, I rolled a 6.
What does it look like when you're resist bad harm? The piercing.
Yeah, Nero clutches as the thought bubble of I really shouldn't have done that. Waves her hands over and reforms it, and it wasn't as bad. There's a lot of clothing rips, and just with a little bit, she's able to close the wounds. Yeah.
Nice. Is Rain resisting at all?
Yeah, but realize there's a possibility here of another burden coming on. So 3 dice. Okay, I got a 6.
Nice.
Okay.
Yeah. Tell me about yours.
So I guess it's more for me, just more of like a finesse kind of thing. Like I know when to let go, and I tumble. I mean, I knock over some chairs and a table or whatever, but those are a lot less than going full speed into the wall with a demon. So,
nice.
Yeah, I'm glad I got a high number. I only have 3 resilience left at this point.
Nighthawk, you gonna resist your catastrophe, or?
I don't think so. I'm gonna let the damage stand.
And Swab, are you just soaking it up, or?
Yeah, I used my ability.
Cool. Shrug it off. Sweet. You have some demons at your disposal. What's your next move?
Nighthawk's like, don't we have a prison for a reason? I think we should put them there until we can figure out how to get them back.
Yeah, but not Reese's cell. He's lonely, but not this lonely.
Yeah, and we should hurry up and get them turned back, or people will ask questions about where our customers went.
Is anybody filming this with like their cameras and stuff like that?
I think that like there was an initial like scattering of people, but now I think there have at a respectful distance, folks are kind of gathering to see what the the hub is.
Okay.
So it's possible. You don't see anyone specifically though.
Okay. I just don't want anybody like being like, "Hey, look at this video of these people talking about illegal imprisonment and and things like that." Um, I will I Nara, can you help me get them up and we'll put them back. Well, we'll put them
Of course.
back. Yeah. Put them a place where you can keep them. Oh God. I am not cut out for this. I still have a concussion from last session, so I'm actually down a die, but
Oof.
it didn't affect the last roll I made. So,
Cool. So we're just gathering them up and putting them in the door. Rain, I guess, what does, or I guess either of you, I know if anyone, what does the area that you're putting them in look like? Are you keeping them together or individual?
um,
We should definitely put them in separate places.
definitely, I agree with that. I think in this case we're not trying to, you know, make them happy or provide them with anything like that. So I just imagine that it's just like separate prison cells. Um, so like their space will be like a 10-foot by 10-foot little place, right? And they're in different places from each other. Does that make sense? Or
Yeah, totally.
Yeah, makes sense to me.
okay.
Um, cool. So, uh, what's next? I think this is the end of that downtime action. um, I I don't remember if that was the last downtime action for folks. I think it was, but I'm willing to be swayed. Um, yeah, so there's been a lot of damage outside. I think, yeah, tell me what you do about after you get everyone wrangled up. Tell me what happens downstairs.
I think I get on my cell phone. I step out of the building, not in Nighthawk outfit anymore, but in business outfit.
Mhm.
And I get on the phone and walk back and forth in front of the coffee shop, yelling loudly, and I'm calling in, repairs and emergency and all that kind of stuff that needs to be taken care of. But at the same time, I'm doing it in such a loud way so that everyone else hears, yes, we were just attacked. There's crazy aliens or something were coming out of here. And, who knows, yes, I've got insurance. Let me call the insurance company. They should cover this kind of thing. And yeah.
Nice. Yeah, business might be a little light for a while, but that's okay.
We still have the food truck.
You still have the
maybe.
food truck. Yeah, the coffee truck. You can
That could be the business
mobile
for a while. Yeah.
Yeah, but the downstairs is pretty trashed right now. Cool. So we still have a potential mission we want to do with the warehouse. There's also, we're still in downtime / free play. So, is there anything you'd like to do before looking at that, or want to talk about a different mission?
Do we need to do any information gathering if we're doing that one? Anything we feel like we need to know?
I think you already talked to Reese and got a good rundown. There's an underground part to the warehouse, and that's where the cybernetic work happens. You know that there's someone named Rita that does the work, and Ginny's the woman upstairs. You've got your psychic scanner. Nighthawk find out that there's a separate computer network from the one that he put a tap on.
I have down in my notes that we need to research a guy with a top knot.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, and that was let's see. I think Rain saw Rain saw not him, but the guys that he was with at the warehouse talking to the ice cream gang.
okay.
I think you got his name. He was mentioned in. I think you found his name way back when you interviewed the uh, gang dude who was involved with the warehouse. And this guy's name with the top knot is where is it? Rudy the Smile Xinyong, Chignon, however that's pronounced. Yeah, and he has some connection to the ice cream guys and the warehouse guys.
Okay. The only other thing I can think of is we should probably start trying to figure out how to convert these demons back to customers. That might be starting a clock.
Yeah, let's start a project for that.
Yeah. Does anyone have? So I don't know. I think I probably took both of my downtime actions. Does anyone else know if they have any left?
I'm fine assuming I don't have any left.
Yeah, I think. Yeah, just going from my notes, I think everyone used both of theirs.
Okay. So we should probably start that as a project.
Yeah.
So that whenever we get done with this, we can start working on it. Yeah.
Would anyone like to do that?
Yeah. Do I have to pay to have another action, or
Yeah, I think that's what we'll have to do.
okay, with a resource of some sort?
Yeah.
The resources, I should say. Okay.
Yeah.
So I get out some books, or I get a book or something like that. That would probably be indicated by a resource spent. In the fiction, I'd like to say that, like, now that they are in a different dimension from where they were turned into demons, like, the spell will slowly wear off. But they need to be encouraged to come back, which I imagine would be like mingles or commands and stuff like that.
Right.
So just spending time with them, not in the cells with them, but just spending time with them to encourage their previous self to come back, I guess.
Yeah.
Okay.
Let's make this a 6 clock, or
okay.
two ticks each.
2 ticks each.
I mean, not literally 2 ticks each, but just about that scale, because there's 3 of them.
Oh, yeah, I see. Okay, all right. When I finish the 6, it'll take care of all of them.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Alrighty. I guess I will roll. Do you mean a roll when it comes up in the fiction, or?
If you're starting it now, let's go ahead and make a roll for it.
Okay. Well, that will be probably studying from the book then.
Yeah.
Scrutinize details. Okay.
Woo. Well, that is one segment.
Okay.
It's a good start. Strong start.
Yeah. Actually, I think cool. No. Actually, I needed to roll 2 dice and take the lowest of the 2, but I don't think lower than 1.
So, 1 either way.
Yeah. So, yeah. Okay. 1 tick. Got it.
All right.
What is our mission here?
So the mission that I have written down is to basically get into the warehouse, and the thing I've written down is who are the people in the warehouse and what are they doing. So it sounds like going further into the warehouse and finding out what the deal is.
Okay.
Which seems like a what do they call it? The kind of mission that detectives have, right?
Actually, can I rewind that?
Yeah.
I
Yes,
have
it's discovery. Yeah.
I have an in my associates ghostwriter.
Oh yeah.
I think if anybody's going to be able to exercise them quickly, it'd be that guy. I have him as a negative contact though.
Yeah. How do
So
you? What was your interaction with him?
yeah, I guess I spent the resource on like uh just reaching out to people. You know, I imagine it's like a series of phone calls like, nope, don't do it. Yeah, I can't help you. Blah, blah, blah. They're like, have you talked to Danny? And I'm like, what, an answer? So like, um, just basically just trying to get in contact with him. So I think now I have like a way of contacting him and I just haven't
Yeah.
contacted him yet. So
Okay, cool. Awesome.
And what was our method for this mission?
I don't think you've chosen one yet.
I seem to remember a discussion of we've already been to the warehouse and we used deception then and stealth-ish. So we wanted to do something different.
right.
Yeah.
We did the coffee truck. Was that it?
This was the one where I think Svava took Nero in.
Yeah.
No,
Oh,
Nero
okay.
Nero looking like the guard took Svava in as a prisoner and all of that. So
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I wasn't there for that session. Okay.
Great. Yeah.
So if we're basing it around the psionics detector, it could be occult, I guess, using
Oh, yeah.
strange powers.
Using strange powers. Yeah.
I like that.
Perfect.
Sound good, Darrow? So can you tell me more about what the plan looks like with that?
Do we want to isolate the telepath? Like, follow them home after we figured out who it is? Or do we want to make sure that they're not there when we go in? Like, what's the detection supposed to, or what can the detection do for us? All right.
I figure it will help tell us where the telepath is, and if there's anything else psionic going on in there.
Okay.
And that could, if we know if the psychic is there or not, that could help us with how we get inside, I guess, that sort of thing.
Cool.
Maybe, I don't know.
Sweet. Do you think we have enough to do an engagement roll? All right. Sounds like the plan is pretty simple. So we have one die. Gonna find out what the deal is with the psychic lady and follow up on that. It's another die for that. Not complex. Yeah, I don't think we're gonna do a die either way for vulnerabilities or fortified. You don't have an inside man, friend, or contact. Is there a chance of interference? I think there is a chance of interference with this one. And target is definitely a higher tier. Ooh, so this takes us down to no dice, which sounds like 2 dice and take the lower. Exciting. Who
Oh
would
my
like
goodness!
to
Do we
roll for that?
realize how desperate this is?
I don't think we've ever had one of these before.
I'm sure we're gonna roll two sixes, so it really
Yeah.
won't matter. So
Just crit it.
Sure. I'm sure we are.
Who would like to do the roll? I think Nero's got the proton pack. If you want
That's true. I guess it's going to be my fault.
to, you got this.
Two and a
2.
5.
All right. Cool. So a 2 means that we are desperate when the action starts. What went wrong? Great, cool. Awesome. Let's take 5, and we'll come back and jump right into it. All right. So, tell me a little bit about where y'all are situated going into this. You need to be near the warehouse clearly to do the psychic detector thing. Where's everyone? Well, I guess what's everyone's position, and what is your like next step in the plan for everyone? Like where are you going to?
Is this before or after everything goes wrong?
This is when everything is going to go wrong. Yeah. I imagine Nero is hanging out somewhere with the proton pack, psychic detector nearby doing something. But yeah, I just want to hear what everyone's role is here.
I imagine it looking like one of those Jack Kirby designs.
Yeah,
the way
totally.
the way he did science fiction.
Silver tubes everywhere.
Silver tubes everywhere. Yeah. So again, is our goal to isolate the person or to follow the person? Or
I think our goal is to probably isolate the person. So I think that we're gonna scout out the warehouse. What's that called? Whenever you sit outside the warehouse, sit outside of a place.
Stake out.
Thank you. We're gonna stake out the
warehouse.
warehouse.
Brought a bunch of pistachio nuts because she watched a movie where they did that.
And I think Nero's gonna sit there with the psychic detector to make sure we have the right person.
Mm-hmm.
And let us know, and then we're gonna follow them. I think that Swaba, what are you and Rain doing?
I think I'm I'm backup in this case. So I'm like up on a rooftop across the street, keeping watch, and if something goes wrong, I can jump straight to it.
Nice.
Go ahead.
No, go ahead, please.
I guess I was going to say, like, my strength right now would be, to have my motorcycle ready in case like someone makes a run for it or something like that, but not in such a way that that's the only thing I can do, right? So the motorcycle's humming, but like on the stand, and I have the helmet with me, but like if I need to run in at some point, then I can do that.
Nice.
And I'm basically surveillance coordinating everyone, so we can all stay in touch. Yeah.
Cool.
Okay.
Cool. Yeah. So where is Nero with the detector?
Oh, outside, detector, pistachios. Yeah.
Like across the street.
Yeah, right across the street.
Top? Nice.
Sitting in a car, throwing pistachio nut like shells out the side. That's what you're supposed to do.
Is this evening, afternoon?
It's got to be evening.
Cool. Yeah, like just after sundown, still have like a red sunset on the over the Hudson, and it's on Staten Island, right? Still the Hudson, maybe. So yeah, so you're sitting in. Is it the coffee truck or is it another vehicle?
The truck.
Nice. And you've definitely had some like other workers from other places come by and ask for coffee.
Most
making money and
saving money.
Saving the
yeah. She says
people.
we're technically we're closed, so that she makes them some coffee anyway.
Nice. Cool. Let's take out here. Cool. So tell me, so we got a Kirby proton pack sized psychic detector. What's the interface? Like how are you detecting?
Ooh, this is a great question. You guys went Kirby, so now I want to like the goggles. There's like some big whack ass goggles, like bubble goggles, that she has to strap on. And there's
Nice.
no HUD or anything. It just through ghost sight or something weird. Yes.
Awesome. Yeah, and once you get it fired off, and it's humming a little bit disturbingly loud. You're able to, like in your sort of ghost vision, there's the warehouse there across the street, and you can pretty easily pinpoint where Ginny is. It looks like it's not exactly like a thermal vision, but almost like that, kind of like a violet kind of emanation from around her head lighting up, where and you can tell where it walks, and the sort of you get the little reflection, so you can see that there's a body there, and she's doing stuff, office stuff in there. Spends a lot of time at the computer, and so you're there for a bit. The sun has gone down. Everyone's kind of cleared out. The area is a little bit more deserted now, and you see her stand up, and her psychic signature just snaps off.
She disappeared. Hey, everybody, she disappeared. I'm not sure where she is. I lost her.
So I'll do a search to see if I can find where she went or anything like that, or any strangeness.
Yeah.
Let me do a survey.
Oh, you don't need to roll for that.
Okay.
She is walking out the front door of the warehouse towards the coffee shop. Coffee truck. Yeah. Not like angrily, determinedly, just kind of like strolling over there. And
Yeah, I'm in trouble. This is great.
She gets to the truck and kind of like looks around and knocks on the side. Anyone serving coffee in there?
Throw off the goggles, unhook the thing, climb to the back, open up the little side door. Hello. Yes. Hi. Coffee?
Yeah. Can I get a cappuccino? Make it 2.
Yes. Two cappuccinos coming right up.
Great.
Okay.
I haven't seen you around here before.
Oh, it's actually we're closed, but I have some. She goes over quickly, is turning on the espresso machine, which she insisted on bringing along, and now see, I told them, bring the espresso machine. Everybody likes espresso. Is this? I don't know. Is this a good place for business? It's pretty dead.
You tell me.
Oh, then the answer's no. Like I said, kind of dead. So, do you work at that place you just walked from?
Yep, right over here.
What do you do?
Mostly administration. I'm the office manager.
Oh, you make sure everything works right. That's awesome.
Yeah, it's a thankless job. I mean, I get paid all right, but underappreciated. I'm sure you understand.
Oh, I do. I do. Cream or no cream?
It's cappuccino.
Well, right. Hold on. Almost there.
Working late?
Oh no, I'm a night owl.
Oh.
Yeah. I wanted to run an all-night coffee shop, but it's super expensive to stay open that late. It's really weird.
Few and far between these days. It's a dying tradition.
I just thought it would be really romantic to have a 24-hour place, meet people who may slip between the cracks of regular society.
Serve some
But
good pie.
here, they yeah, serve some good pie. I don't actually make pie, but if I had a 24-hour joint, I'd have to do that for sure.
I imagine you could find someone in the city that makes a good pie.
Oh, really? Do you know any good pie makers? Just desperately trying to keep the conversation going.
Not offhand, but I could ask around if you're looking.
Oh, I don't want to put you out. Oh, my name's Nicole.
Oh, Ginny, nice to meet you.
Oh, nice to meet you, Ginny. Is that with an I or a Y?
Yeah,
She says
with
she
an
like
I.
slides the. Oh, that's cool. That's
You
my
don't have to
preferred
write
way
it
of
on the
spelling
cup. I'm
Ginny.
the only one here. Yeah.
Oh, force of habit. Writes the name down. 2 N's or 1?
2 N's.
Okay. Hands her the cup.
Do you nervously write it in scroll instead of?
I think there's a few weird symbols, and then she stops and then writes it in like Jenny normal. So it just looks like a bizarre accented use and some Woodstock language.
Nice. And she just slides a 20 over and just looks you in the eyes, and you hear in your head, keep the change.
Oh. We're here to stop you.
Stop me from getting coffee?
No. I'm replying back in my head. Like if she's going to talk in my head, I'm talking back.
Yeah, and she's just like politely standing there with a little smile. Stop me from being an office manager?
No.
I don't understand.
But the office you're managing is evil.
Evil, we just do body work.
And Nero gives this like stern mom look that she's seen on TV. You're lying to me. No, you're involved in some really naughty business.
Naughty?
Well, illegal, evil. Sorry, naughty makes it sound more fun.
Do you have a permit for this truck? And she gives you a little wink.
Oh. Good point. I don't know. I think I do. I'm pretty sure I do. Still, though, maybe if you just walk away, we don't have to bother you anymore. Why don't you take the rest of the night off?
Oh, I have some odds and ends to take care of before my shift is up.
How do you do this?
With my
Because it's not body work.
mind, it's just a little party trick.
Were you how did you get the party trick?
Do we really want to have a conversation about where we got our peculiarities from? Because you don't seem like you're from around here.
Fair point. I really don't want to fight you. You seem professional, if not possibly nice.
Fight?
Maybe
I'm not someone to put up a fight. I don't know why you would want to fight me.
well,
I just do the paperwork.
It happens. We just okay. Yeah, right. That's good. That's what office manager does.
Are you interested in us or our customers? Because I found your little you don't seem like the type to snoop.
Oh, really? Because I am. I completely am. That's my whole thing.
Oh, well, congratulations.
Oh.
None of this is like in a sinister tone. Like she's like very just pleasant, like having a brain conversation.
So remind Rich. Yeah, exactly. She's wigging out. and also thrilled. Reese pointed us toward these guys. These are the ones who did the work on the Reavers.
Yep.
And that's all we know that they've done naughty.
Yeah. And that
there's a
other gang
ponytail guy
was
who's
also
weird.
here. Yeah.
Other gang
Arranging.
also here.
Yeah.
What was the other gang called?
They don't have a name that you know of, or that
Okay,
I know
that's
of.
cool. That's legit.
Their boss is Rudy the Smile, though. He's a top knot guy. And he has connections to the other smaller gangs.
Well, you know that you're working with people who are criminals. Maybe you're just modifying their bodies, but you're allowing them to have the ability to commit crimes that are difficult for everyday police to stop.
That's not my concern. We just provide a service. What people do with it, that's their business. And it turns out that people that bend the law occasionally tend to have the biggest checkbooks. It's either criminals or corporations or the government, and I know which one I'd pick.
Wow, that's terrible. I'm really disappointed in you, Jenny. I'll lecture you, but looking the other way and profiting off of evil people is no way to live. You could be an office manager at my coffee place. I
doubt you could maintain me in the style that I'm accustomed.
Okay.
What exactly are you trying to stop? We're just a business doing business. Our services are unique, but you might be hard pressed to find us breaking any laws.
Well, it seems we've reached an impasse. You're not going to agree because you're accustomed to a certain lifestyle. That's disappointing.
And to be perfectly honest, my employers are not the kind to let go lightly.
I see.
I'm sure you've got your own responsibilities weighing on you as well.
Grown up. We all do. But how we choose to do what needs to be done, it means a lot.
I agree.
You're still doing this.
This is my choice. And it's worked out pretty well so far.
I guess it will. Guess it has.
And she just makes a big smile and says, "Thanks for the cappuccinos. Hope I'll see you around." And takes them and starts walking back. And anyone watching is clearly seeing this, except you're just seeing her standing there really weirdly smiling for a little bit too long. And she goes back inside. Still no signature on the device.
You guys, she thinks they're legal, basically, and that they're not going to get in any real trouble for giving cybernetics to criminals. Not that that should stop us, but also she's psychic. I think I told you that.
Did she get in your head?
She did. It was weird.
So how do we know she told you what you think she told you?
I just know. I'm not saying we stop. I just want to make sure you guys knew because it was in my head and you didn't get to hear it. And so I wanted you to hear it in case that changes our plans. That's all. Carry on with stopping the bad guys.
I mean, we were here to do a recon, right? And we've been discovered. They know we're here.
Yeah. I made her the best possible espresso though, so maybe she won't tell them. She's off the radar too, by the way. I can't see her on the detector anymore.
That's
Maybe I
bad.
I think this is a dead end. They've discovered us twice. There's shy of just like going in with like I don't know, like the military or something like that. I don't think we're going to get access.
I mean, we could get inside if we want to. It's just, it's going to be a fight.
what do we get out of it?
And that's what I'm saying. Like we don't. It's not worth the fight, is it?
So the intention here is we were attacked by the Reavers.
Mhm.
And this is the place where the Reavers are being modified. So, and ex-criminals are being modified.
And
in
it's
order
also held by the Shaw Corporation as well. Connection there.
But I don't know that we care too much about who owns it. It's more what they do. And, you know, if you arm a criminal, it doesn't seem like that's on the up and up. So it seems like she might have been lying to you, Naro. Because, you know, again, you provide arms to criminal organizations, that's not legal. Now, do we want to fight this out in the courts, you know, regarding whether or not the Reavers and whoever is pulling the trigger, the Hellfire Club, are legal or not? Well, that's Daredevil shtick, right? We're not lawyers. So we could turn it over to them, but, you know, what are you suggesting we do? I mean, ideally, we're here to shut this place down.
Right. How do we shut it down?
Well, ideally, what happens is, you know, let's say we go in, we knock everybody out, we put them in prison. Best case scenario, the gangs and Hellfire Club and other corporation interests buy their stuff somewhere else. But we shut it down for a little while and we make it more scarce and more difficult. It's not going to end the process. It's just going to slow it down. Regarding, you know, how we do it, you know, obviously sneaking around hasn't helped, and observing hasn't helped, and the detector hasn't helped. So
Maybe a punch in the face will help.
maybe a punch in the face might be it. But, you know, of course, they're going to be expecting that. So I think it's more likely that we'll get punched in the face if they're expecting it.
So we know there are criminals who get the tools to do their crimes here, and we're choosing to just let it be.
Oh, I don't think we should let it be. The question is do we go in and do we bust it up and just knock down the place? Or do we handle it through the courts? Svava, you'd like to go bust down the place?
it's what I would do if we were back in Asgard. But if if you're if you're if you think we would be more successful by making making an appeal to the king or whoever is in charge of the courts here, then I could accept that.
Well, the issue is, of course, that I would go in and I'd bust them up as well, but because they're doing harm to our neighborhood, to our turf. However, the issue here is that is this the smart move? Is this a fight we can win? Because whatever we do, they seem to know what we're going to do before we get there. So, is this the hill you want to die on? Or is there a better way?
In evil, then that's fine with me.
Sounds good. So you're in. Naro? Rain?
If Svava's in, then I'm in.
I'm in.
So, then it sounds like maybe our best bet, they came and knocked at our door. Well, let's go in and knock at their door. And if we get inside, then we bust things up. That sound right? Let's go do that.
Yes.
So I'll come down from my perch and we'll lock up the, Naro, you've talked to her. Let's lock up the coffee truck and head on in.
Okay.
Okay, who's knocking on the door? And how hard?
Oh, you are? Okay, I thought you volunteered me, so I was going to do it.
No, you're coming with us. Are the other two coming with us, or are you staying out here?
I'm coming with.
Awesome. So I'm going to walk up and I'm just going to knock on the door.
And you're full Nighthawk, right?
Yeah.
Okay. You just hear a voice from inside say, "Come in."
So we'll go on in.
And there's a little buzz as the lock goes.
Yeah.
And Ginny is in that kind of walled off, glassed off office area at the computer, and she just kind of like stands up and straightens out her little jacket and picks up her data pad and walks out of the office and over to the door to meet y'all. Come in.
Oh, we'll meet her halfway. We want to get as far as inside as we can.
Mm-hmm.
And I'll step forward and I'll be like, I assume you know everything that we just discussed and what we're here for.
I'm sorry, I don't think I know you. I only know this. I know you too. Welcome back. Is there something you wanted?
Well, unfortunately, what we would most like is we'd like for you to go straight with your business so that you're not supplying the criminals in this neighborhood. But it doesn't sound like that's what you're doing.
We're just providing a service.
Yes, to criminals that attacked us.
That's none of my concern. That sounds like that's between you and them.
It sounds like you're providing armament to criminals, which is not legal.
Well, are you going to shut down every gun store in the country?
If they're not legal, I think that's part of what we do. Yes.
Oh, are you police? Do you have a warrant?
Are you coming after us for such? No, we're not police.
Oh, customers then.
I'm just gonna punch her in the face now. I'm tired of this.
There you go.
Good. Oh God.
So the only question I have for you is, how hard are you punching her?
Like knock out a human hard.
Yeah. You just knock her clean out.
Mark experience.
However, the security system lights up, and your spidey senses imminent danger. You have a moment to realize what's happening and react appropriately. But yeah, they have like lights, turrets.
Oh,
We've been here.
turret.
We've been in here before and seen this, right?
Yeah, you know what the deal is in here.
I think I'm heading to the door really fast.
How about a flashback?
Yeah,
Where we rigged up a small explosive to pull the power to this place.
nice. I love it. Um, ooh, where where did you where would the explosive be placed?
Um, it doesn't necessarily have to. I'm not looking for a bomb. I'm not looking for destruction. I'm
Yeah,
just looking to
just
cut the power. So I think this would be looking around. Obviously, the all the different defenses that they have are power based or electrical based or seem to be.
mhm,
So it would be researching where the electrical conduits are coming in, like through the city
yeah,
plans, and then going in and finding where they have the non-official power coming in, the backup
mm,
kind of stuff. Yeah.
yeah,
So this might be if they have like a small generator or a backup generator, that might be something that needs to be taken out.
yeah,
So yeah.
yeah. Cool. Yeah, I think this is just a one spend for the that flashback. That's
Perfect.
easy to do. So yeah, you can definitely like when that comes on, the what is it like tell me what it looks like when it cuts out.
Yeah, so I think so I would prefer this not to be loud and all of that. So it would simply be they come on,
Mhm.
and as soon as they come on, I think Nero, you have, since this is a flashback, I think you have the kill switch, and you're
Mm.
running back to hit the kill switch that just cuts through the power cables to
Yeah,
cut things out,
yeah,
and then just kind of power's gone.
yeah. So the power to the building is gone. All the lights go off.
Yeah.
The turrets are not powered down, however.
Okay.
And there's like emergency lighting on now, so it's like red, low red, except for the like LEDs on the turrets that are swiveling, acquiring targets. What do the rest of you do? And Ginny is just out cold on the floor.
I mean, if these are turrets, I'll grab something and smash them.
Nice. um, cool. I'm gonna say there's eight-ish of them. Let's get a yeah. I'm gonna assume you want to smash. Uh,
Yeah, yeah.
any pushing or devil's bargains or anything?
Um,
And you're in desperate right now.
I'm in desperate.
Yeah, you're
Yeah,
all, it's desperate all around.
yeah. I'm gonna push myself
And a
to get
standard effect.
to 4 dice because I want this to go well. That's a crit.
Ooh. Yeah, so what are you picking up and throwing?
Didn't they have like what do you call it? Like not a bed, but the thing you would put someone on to make modifications. Like an
Not here. This
operating table.
is there's like a car lift and like tool benches and like a cage of equipment and stuff. It's more like a mechanic shop up
Oh,
here.
more of an, okay, okay. I think the first thing I do is like grab a big heavy toolbox and throw it at one of the turrets,
Mm-hmm.
and then look for like a really heavy, either a sledgehammer or like a big, what do you call it? Like a wrench, a pipe wrench, that sort
Mm-hmm.
of thing.
Yeah, I think you managed to just like in quick succession, just bam, 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 and take out like half of them with various heavy bits and tools and whatnot. Um, what's Devil Wolf up to?
Okay. So if we have a flashback to cut the power, then we were expecting this. I guess the thing that I could possibly do is like send some of their modification equipment into limbo, or some other place. But the point being, like that would be a way of getting rid of it without having to take the time to like destroy it per se.
They don't have
Yeah,
modification.
up here it's just like a standard mechanic shop kind of looking.
I know, but we're going downstairs, right? Like the point was to get rid of their operation, like to stop them from doing this. So I'm justifying why I'm going downstairs. Like that's what I'm going to try to do.
Oh,
Yeah.
there's no obvious downstairs that you see.
Then I'm going to find a way to get downstairs.
Excellent.
I will. I'll go to whatever computer she was working at. Hopefully, it isn't locked out, and I'll look for something. And if that doesn't work, then I'll find some other way. But like, I guess my job is to find a way down.
I think the computer's power is also cut.
Never mind.
Yeah. There's active security still active. That's about to fire on you.
Oh, I thought. Okay, I thought they were depowered.
Yeah, so she took out about half of them.
The guns are powered. The computer is not.
Yeah, all the lights are off.
The power didn't take out anything that was a problem. Yeah,
I see. Okay, well then,
everything useful. So.
I see.
Oh, and Swab, make sure you mark XP for desperate roll.
Then I'm going to try to like flood one of the turrets with energy. I don't know.
Nice.
I only yeah, okay. So
sounds like a tune.
Yeah, it's just my thing is like, you know, the devil inside is gone. So like how does that affect my abilities and things like that? Okay.
Is this going to be then pushing your powers? Maybe.
Yeah.
Sounds like it might be a difficult 2 resistance power.
Okay.
Kind of like extending your blue energy out.
Okay. All right. So cool. 2 resistance, a tune of 2.
Do you want to push or take a devil's bargain?
Do you have a devil's bargain?
Do I have a devil's bargain? If anyone else has a devil's bargain, please give.
Okay, I'll stick with what I've got.
I get nothing off the top of my head, but open discussions.
Okay. So is this limited, standard?
This is standard effect, desperate position.
Okay. I got a 4.
Cool.
It's a level 3 harm.
I'm gonna say you definitely take out, like you can take out 2 of the turrets, just zap, zap, zap.
Okay.
Is it what does that energy look like? Is it the same blue energy from your fists, or is it something else?
Well, that's psionic energy, but I get maybe that is the thing. Yeah. So like, that's it. So I run fast up to one of the turrets and I put my hands on it. Energy flows out of me, and I'm like shooting the other turrets with it.
Nice. And they're up on the ceiling, so you're just like acrobatic.
Yeah, I imagine
up there.
Yeah.
Awesome. I love it.
Like a yeah.
Cool. And I think the consequence from that is that you're the biggest. You're one of the bigger threats now, and the other 2 just unload on you, and these are just straight up bullets, just regular old bullets coming at you.
Okay.
I think it's going to be a level. Oh, geez.
It's desperate, so the standard will be.
Yeah, I think this is a level 3 harm on you.
Okay.
I'd like to step in and try to protect. Can you guys hear me okay, by the way? I had to switch headsets and everything.
Yeah, a little bit more echoey, but you're good.
A little more echoey? I'm sorry about that.
You're all
right. I want to step in and try to protect Rain, like envelop her and protect her if I can.
Cool.
I like that.
What are we doing mechanically with that? Is that
I'm resisting, I think?
Yeah. Oh, you're resisting for? Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool. Yeah. Go ahead and is this it sounds like you're also pushing your power as well.
Sure.
You're doing like a like a full body envelop kind of thing.
Yeah, we're doing a crazy full body envelop kind of thing.
That sounds like a 2 resistance steel as well.
So remind me of that. Does that mean I'm paying resilience just to do it?
Yes. And then if you crit on this roll, then you get that permanently.
Okay. So I'm rolling prowess.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm rolling 3 dice. I got a did not crit, but I got a 5. So I eat 1 resistance and knock that down 1. I think is how we talked about it.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that's right. Yeah, so you deflect a bunch of the bullets, take some bruising, but you're able to harden up a little bit against them. But yeah, she's up there, so it takes you a minute, and she still takes level 2 harm there.
Level 2?
Yeah.
Okay. What would that be described as, you think?
I think as like Narrow envelops you, like the two of you kind of like she forms a ball around you, and you both kind of plop to the ground. And I think you just got shot a bunch. So some pass through bullet wounds here and there. Nothing vital yet, but definitely not pretty.
Riddle me this. So riddled with bullets.
So it was only a partial resistance then?
Yeah, resisted that level 3 harm to bring it down to level 2. Yeah, because it's pretty rough there. Nighthawk, what are you up to right here?
I can't think of anything to do. There's 2 turns left.
Mm-hmm.
I guess I can see if I can go pull power on one of them.
Okay, cool.
Or you could like grapple one with a hook and make it shoot the other. I don't know. Just trying to think.
Tell me how you're doing that.
I think I'm just going to jump up and get up behind it and start pulling controls. Yeah.
Okay. I feel like this is a smash.
Okay.
Unless you have another idea.
What it could be. It could be Tinker.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think that'll take a little bit longer, and we'll reduce the effect for that.
Okay, I'll just do Smash. So I don't have anything in Smash, so it'll be 2d6 and take the lowest.
Yeah, and we are in Desperate Standard.
I could help you. I can like throw you some tools.
Nice.
If you'd like.
Yeah. I've got some resilience left.
Cool.
So
do you want to push your Devil Bargain?
I don't think so.
Okay.
So I rolled, and I rolled 2, but both of them are a 4 to 5 with a difficulty.
Complication. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, so you find the right buttons to press, the like pulling apart a panel and stuff, and getting in there is less pressing buttons and more pulling stuff apart and just yanking wires. I think the other turret, well, the other turret's occupied there, so I think the consequence is that I think the consequence is that steel shutters come down over all the windows and in front of the door and the bay doors, and over there are speakers, like intercom speakers throughout the warehouse, and a woman's voice comes on and says, intruders, state your purpose.
Intruding.
Stop wrecking my shit. Ginny, are you okay? And there's no response from her. Oh, and whoever's rolled, make sure to take experience. because we're in desperate.
Resistance doesn't get the XP though, right? Or does it?
Don't. I think it's only action
Okay.
rolls. Yeah. There's still one active turret, and the place is sealed as far as the warehouse can be sealed. What's your next move?
Well, if there's one turret left, I'd like to smash that.
Yeah.
Goes Baba.
Yeah, and I think I think with that crit last time, you're in the zone enough. You can just toss something and wreck it without even a roll. That's just something you can do.
You're denying me an XP? No, I'll take it. I'll take it.
Yeah. What about the rest of you? Turrets are out, but the place is as sealed as it's going to get right now.
Okay, so we still don't know how to get where it is we want to go. We've got an unconscious human and a bunch of wrecked turrets and no power to some things, but power to other things.
And you're on emergency lighting up here.
Were there any? We never were able to find like any blueprints or anything like that that would tell us where things are.
No, any blueprints or city plans or anything you found just has the top warehouse level.
Okay. Well, I mean, is it time to play with portals? Is it like I do something and try to slip us through into the basement? It's a blind jump, but
Sounds fun.
Right?
Awesome. I love that idea.
Okay.
That sounds like a tune.
Yeah.
Small unstable portal. So you threw Swap through a portal before, so it's going to be person sized.
Yeah. So here's the thing. I've got 2 level 2 wounds.
Mm-hmm.
Is that cumulative? Like
no,
1 die for each? Okay, just 1 die in. Okay.
Yeah.
So I'm at a tune of 1.
I can help. I could try to help.
Okay.
Let you lean on me for support.
Oh yeah.
Okay. How good are you at mimicking?
Really good.
Okay. So we're gonna do a back-to-back thing, and I'm gonna create the portal. Like all 4 of us are gonna like kind of get together, but like Nero and I are back to back, and Nero's just doing the same hand gestures that I am.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe she even looks like me now. I don't know.
Why not?
And
you're cute.
Okay.
Sounds good.
All right. Cool. So there's 2 of us, and I don't know if any magical energy is coming out of you, but like.
Oh, I think that's up to you. Yeah, how you transfer it, like conduiting it any or whatever.
The point being though is like literally having someone having your back is helpful. So
nice.
Okay.
So that's 2 dice. Do you want to push or do you want to take a devil's bargain?
My character's been pretty crappy recently. I don't think I can take any more devil's bargains.
All right.
I want her to win at something, not
excellent.
Be further plagued at something.
That's 2 dice we're looking at, and we're at desperate standard.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
Nice.
Wow. Okay.
Excellent.
That would be critical.
Take your XP for that.
Okay.
Awesome. I love it.
Wow.
So tell me, let me check something real quick.
Does that mean you can now mark down making blind portals as a permanent power?
Yeah. Yeah. Open sounds like open a portal to a place you haven't seen.
Wow.
terrifying. I love it.
That's great. I want to hear a little bit about, yeah, you do it in increase effect. So I feel like for this to work, there's a little bit of mystical sort of sonar or something going on to sort of what do you call it? Not douse. What's the word for using magic to see something remotely?
Oh,
Right.
Clairvoyant?
Yeah, scry.
Right.
It's a let's call it like scry the location before the
Oh, I
portal
see.
opens. Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
How far down do you scry? Like how far down is this bit?
This is the first time doing this or
Yeah.
doing this with any confidence. So I would just say like the first time I sense any room in the what I consider to be below, then
Nice.
that's where,
So it's kind of like a
nothing,
progressive.
yeah, just like find me the entrance to the dungeon. That's all I care about.
Are you sending energy down? Are you kind of like projecting down? Or are you using some sort of sight for that? What is the scrying? What are the mechanics of that, I guess?
Yeah. Um, I I have like a little pouch, and it's got some mud from a holy place, and I just basically draw a basic eye over my
Mm,
forehead. Um, and then I do the same for um Narrow. Um, and with two eyes we look. Um, so I guess we're kind of um mixed together, but we just, you know, start going in circles below until we find the first place. And then
yeah.
that just creates the connection right there. Like it's not even a thought or a choice. It's just like as soon as that place opens up, then we get pulled through.
Yeah, I think Nero actually is seeing this through her eyes as well.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, and you kind
Very
of like
cool.
scry down, and it's hard to judge distance, of course, because this is a magical site, but it feels like a couple hundred feet down, and then all of a sudden it opens up into a large underground space, built out. It's not a cave or anything. It's an underground building out area, and you definitely see more. It is more technologically advanced down here, um, and
That is a lot further down than I was expecting.
yeah, um, and I think that the site, it's kind of hard to see like what is in your immediate vicinity versus what is nearby that you're kind of also sensing because you're uh this is like a burst of power that is happening for the first time for you here. um but the things that you can sense down there is there's more area, several rooms, more advanced equipment. You definitely do see like a couple operating theater type areas, not like a big space but like operating rooms, and
Like
uh,
barber's chairs or dentist chairs kind of things, right?
yeah,
Or
like a standard like regular size operating room.
oh, okay. All right.
Yeah. And I think the thing that your site is most drawn to is there is the room that you're projecting into right below you looks kind of not a control center necessarily, but there is a row of equipment. There's monitors that's showing what's happening in the warehouse. One of the cameras is zoomed onto Ginny, and there is a woman in a kind of like a lab coat. She's kind of tall, um, uh, dark hair, or I'm sorry, white hair, and she's like at the microphone of the control panel, and she's clearly the one who's speaking. And I think your portal opens up, uh, not directly behind her, but behind her, uh, and you or whoever else is there can step through.
Okay. I urge people to go.
I quickly will step through. I
Yeah.
trust.
Yeah,
Saw
yeah,
it.
yeah.
I'm grabbing Ginny and going through.
Nice.
Okay.
Nice. And yeah, I think as you grab Ginny and bring her through, she whirls around to see you coming through the portal. What's the how is the portal themed? Was like that? Great.
Yep.
Spinny. Great. So it looks like sorcery
Yes.
portal now.
Yeah, like the what's that called? The sling ring?
Sling ring. Sling ring portal.
Oh, there's a name for it.
Yeah. Cool. So you emerge and she has spun around and she's like,
She being the lab coat person, not Ginny,
Yeah.
right?
yeah, she's like, she's not as tall as Svava, but she is taller than usual.
Taller than me.
Pretty like built looking, and has long silver hair, and like not goggles, but some sort of visor that's been pulled up, with some sort of eyepieces for work and whatnot, and has the lab coat is kind of like the sort of hospital green. Goes down, and she's like, she basically watched you go through the portal with Ginny through the cameras and has spun around and is ready for whatever is going to happen next. What's going to happen next?
Okay. Well, I'm the last one to step through, and the spell burns itself out, and then I fall. I guess I'm imagining my back falling up against a wall that was there before the portal existed. Um, I've got a concussion. I've got some wounds. I'm imagining I'm having to catch my breath. But everybody else is in front of me, so I'm assuming they're going to do heroic things until I get my breath back.
Yeah, and she says, "Give her to me."
Does Nighthawk have her, or does? Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I pulled her through. So
Do you give her to the other woman?
no,
Oh, okay. Okay.
Who are you and what do you want?
Well, obviously we're here to end the weaponizing of criminals and hurting this area of the neighborhood.
Hurting? I'm sorry. Who are you?
I turn and look at Svava.
We're the watchdogs, and we're here to stop you.
And so you're just gonna come here and beat up my office manager and tear my warehouse apart?
We're going to come here and stop this business.
Unlikely. Put Ginny down and I'll send you on your way. And we can forget this ever happened.
I put Ginny down, but there's no way we're leaving.
And she kind of shrugs off her lab coat. Her right arm is kind of banded silver or steel, and she has look kind of like gloves, but they might be her skin kind of rubbery. And when she shrugs off her lab coat, she has two arms beneath and two arms grafted on above. And she starts like making what Rain recognizes as clearly mystical hand movements. And as she like starts doing this, you see the energy kind of like a globe, like white energy kind of spinning around.
I'm gonna like as I see her doing it, I've established nothing else in the fiction, so I'm going to take like the mud that I have, and just like throw it in her eyes, right? Like anything to distract her from completing what it is she's trying to complete.
And I'm going to
Awesome.
just charge right at her.
I love it.
Yeah. Maybe that's just me helping Zvava do the punchy punch.
I love it.
That would mean though that if I do that, that I burden out. Okay. Do you want that help, Andish? Okay.
I'll definitely take it.
Cool.
And I think I'm just charging at her like to do a shoulder tackle through whatever is behind her.
Sounds like a skirmish.
Yeah.
I think this is going to be. I mean, it's still desperate. Right now, it's reduced effect.
Sure. I will take that. I don't have enough resilience that I want to push, but I have, with the 8, I have 3 dice, so I will take that.
Cool. Any devil's bargains?
Can I use the devil's bargain to increase effect?
Yeah.
Then I will hear it.
Whether you're able to shoulder her aside or not, she is able to summon reinforcements.
Ooh. No, because that's kind of what we're trying to stop, I think. I'll just take my 3 dice with reduced.
Okay. Cool.
That's a 5.
That's a 5. Yeah. Yeah. So you're able to so you charge at her and you're shouldering her through the basically like into the console there. And you do that, and the thing that she has done, like the white streaks disappear and fade. As you're smashing into her, she kind of like wraps her lower 2 arms around you and kind of like uses your momentum to spin around. She still goes back first into the console, and she's got you like somehow you've gotten spinned around so you're face to face with her, and she just kind of like pulls your face in a little bit closer, and she smirks and does this, and it's not to snap a neck, but she spins you again, and you're kind of cocooned with white energy, and you appear on the other side of the room.
Nice. Yeah.
And she turns around and like is like fully flayed out at everyone else.
So that was a success. How?
He stopped whatever she was about to do.
Okay.
And like staggered her up against the thing.
Yeah, that was my
yeah, but it was reduced effect.
Yeah.
But mark XP. And she's like, leave, Ginny, and you won't be hurt. I can't promise anything else otherwise.
We've had no interest in Ginny. We left her. We didn't leave her upstairs in the warehouse. We just brought her along with us. We haven't threatened her at all. You're the one who is threatening us. But go ahead.
You're trespassing.
You
I'm
are
asking
equipping
you to
criminals. You are equipping criminals who have attacked us.
I'm doing work for clients. What they do with it is not my concern.
It should be.
Well, take that up with my employer.
So
who's your employer?
I'm not at liberty to discuss business with burglars and
how are we supposed
vandals.
to take it up with your employer if you won't even tell us who your employer is?
if everyone's just standing here talking, I'm going to charge her again.
Yes! Try to buy her time.
Get it.
And I think this time I because there were like operating rooms or operating tables here, right?
Yeah, there's a little complex down here. Yeah. So
I'm
you're in
going
like a
to-
kind of control-ish room. There are corridors and doors and stuff that lead to other places.
Yeah. So I'm going to grab one of the operating tables.
Oh, they're in another room somewhere.
Okay.
Yeah,
okay,
this is just like a control room-ish kind of thing, and there are other rooms in different places that they
If you want
describe.
something to grab, she had to have a chair that she was sitting on, so you can grab that.
Yeah.
I mostly wanted something big to have between me
Rip out
and
one of the
arms.
consoles.
But I'll just
like pull out one of the consoles if you want.
Yeah, I'll do that. I'll
Yeah,
grab that.
I think Asgardian physique covers that.
Yeah. Let's hope so. But I think now this isn't about that now, because now I'm not trying to disrupt anything that she's doing. I'm just charging at her and trying to bash her, basically.
Mhm.
So I think I'd like to do that with Smash, if that's okay.
Yeah, it's gonna be messy, but I think that's your intention, so let's do it.
Yeah.
I think it's gonna be standard effect now, since she's not expecting you to charge.
Cool.
Still desperate.
Still desperate.
More XP.
Yeah. I'm okay with desperate, and I've got 3 dice. I don't want to push myself. Yeah, I think that's it then. That's
Ooh, a crit. Yeah, there's no two ways about that.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
So while she's like giving stink eye to Narrow, yeah, you just rip out one of the consoles, and what do you do with it?
I charge at her and like hold the console between me and her so that she can't reach me as easily with her extra arms.
Yeah, I think you actually like smash her up against one of the other consoles, like in the wall, and she's just pinned, and she's like clearly trying to do like little looters or something. But she is just like pinned helplessly up against that wall. Yeah. She's not going anywhere.
Mystic thing or whatever. Stop her from this.
So I imagine with me burdening out, that like I've fallen unconscious from the strain. But
you're
sorry,
out of the scene. Yeah.
I completely missed that. Sorry. Yeah. Then I will not call out for you. I
mean, you still can. She just can't do it.
Yeah, I like the.
That's a great dramatic moment. Yeah.
and so I imagined like this, like for a while now, like the effect that I used with Narrow to find this place, like I guess like I'm projecting or whatever. And like I've been yelling at people and trying to do things, and I look down and I see that I'm unconscious, and I can't do anything in this realm. So
love it. Narrow and Nighthawk.
Wait, Narrow and what? What does Narrow do?
Nighthawk.
Narrow and Nighthawk. Okay. Thought you said Narrow and I talk, and I'm like, what? I'm so confused.
And now it's time for a little chat.
Okay. So, rain's down. Svava's been pantsed and thrown across a room with weird magic powers.
Yeah, Rita's pinned up against the wall.
Yep, Rita's pinned against the wall. This just seems like a body shop for cybernetics mostly. Rita works for a boss. I really don't know how we win here. But if we
Take
stop
her-
her from take her down,
Take her to a prison.
yeah, I guess that's it. I'm gonna bound forward and try to wrap her up.
Um, yeah, she's pinned up against the wall.
You could like try to knock her unconscious by like wrapping around her face, right? Like if she's normal and can't breathe, then she'll fall unconscious, right? Is that what you meant, Rich? I'm sorry.
Oh, sure. Yeah. Sounds good.
Just choke her out.
Sure.
Yeah, I think this is gonna be a roll though. Let me see.
A desperate roll.
Yeah, it's gonna be a desperate roll, standard effect. Actually increased effect, I think, since she's pinned down. What do you feel like this is a roll with to safely knock her out?
I guess it's some kind of skirmish because it's entangling a target in close combat.
Okay, sounds good.
Okay.
You want to push or bargain?
I will take a bargain, devil's bargain, if you have one to offer.
Oh, that's not really bargain. It's just the thing that's already true. um, mm. So I think the bargain is that Rain stays unconscious until you get out of here.
Ooh. That's harsh. Kai, how do you feel about that?
I'd be okay for that.
All right, I'll take that die. It's putting me at 2 dice. See if I can choke Rita out
Safely.
safely. Yeah, I do not want to kill her at all.
Yeah.
Woof.
Ooh.
Wow.
Yeah. So tell me what it looks like when you're trying to knock her out.
Darrow runs forward, bounds forward, one leg stretching out like Mr. Fantastic, and then she tries to envelop Rita's head with her like midsection.
Yeah.
Wrapping around so she's up on top of Rita's head and all stretched out.
Yeah. I think she struggles for a bit, and then goes quiet and stops moving.
I immediately release.
Mm-hmm. And you can tell she's breathing.
To go to a really hard move. I was gonna have to resist it, but okay, good, yay.
And don't forget to mark experience.
I did. Thank you though.
Nighthawk, what are you up to while all this is happening?
So I can't really help any with the fight, so I think I'm gonna see if I can't find a computer console and see what I can do to shut this place down.
Yeah.
Maybe self-destruct, something along those lines. If possible, say, send an order to send all the troops back up into the warehouse. So that, they're not destroyed under an explosion or something, but that's about all I got.
Yeah. Cool. I think this sounds like a tinker, right?
Okay.
Do you want to push or take a bargain?
What kind of bargain do you have?
Whether you succeed or not, your intrusion into the system is detected by an outside party.
I don't mind detection. I think that's fine, so I'll take that.
Okay.
I mean, we are trying to destroy the place, so good. And I can't push because I don't have enough resilience left. So I got a 4.
A 4. Great. Mark XP. So here are the things that you are able to determine. Well, so you're the system is unfamiliar, and you find it pretty difficult to find a way in. Fortunately, the security at this level doesn't seem to be super high, almost as if it's not expected anyone would be down here. But the technology is unfamiliar for sure. It's not any sort of computer system you've seen anywhere else. But you are able to get in, and you're looking for ways to stop people from coming down, some way to shut down or self-destruct or
Yeah, our
other stuff.
reason to come down here was to destroy the place, to stop it from being used. So I think it's self-destruct or some way to shut this down so that it's more difficult for them to start it back up.
Mm-hmm.
You know, whatever they have. I figure that they probably have a self-destruct in case something happens. They're not going to have, you know, flood everything or turn off all the machines and melt them down. So
Yeah. So you don't find anything about other personnel here, is the interesting thing that you find. The only records you can find in there are of Ginny and Rita and clients, which I could probably give you in like an encrypted database or something if you want to play with that later. There's not like a blow up all my clones self-destruct button. um, but you will be able to shut the system down, and you're able to get a pretty good like trace of the different whatever networks are down here and whatever power stuff. You're definitely able to shut everything down.
but they could just restart it then.
Yeah,
right?
I think the complication is to like permanently do it, things would need to be physically destroyed.
Okay.
Flashback to
yeah, go for it.
flashback to something that could destroy the equipment. I mean, you expected to come here.
I'm not sure what that could be, and the last flashback didn't work, so I'm not sure it would be worth a flashback to see about frying the equipment in some way. I mean,
I think like you would probably have like small explosives, limpet mines, wrecking tools. Svava could definitely pull stuff apart by hand. Like you have the means to do damage while you're here.
okay, so we could do damage but not shut it down.
I mean, you could
not destroy the facilities.
no, you could. I mean, you can like physically go through and wreck it. It's just not like a button press thing.
Oh,
yeah.
And since there's no one else here, there's not any sense of urgency.
Yeah.
I see what you're saying.
Well,
okay.
So I don't know if our characters know it, but as a reminder, our players, one of the devil's bargains was reinforcements on the way. So
I thought you didn't take that one.
Yeah.
Oh, you didn't?
Yeah.
Oh, for some reason
Yeah.
I thought you did. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
You're right. You
Yeah,
did
yeah.
turn.
But I did take the devil's bargain of there would be we would be detected in the system. Yeah.
Cool. Sorry for the reminder that
might
was
be the
false.
same thing, but yeah.
Yeah.
So
I'd like to hear a little bit about the things where you're exploring and how you're wrecking things, if that's what you want to do.
yeah, I think that's what we're here to do, is to wreck stuff. I think first we want to make sure that Rita is restrained, and that might she went limp, right? So I think it's making sure that Rita and Jenny and Rain are all safe enough while the rest of us go through and wreck whatever we can. So there's another question: is there any way that we know of to get out of here?
Excellent question. Rain, you're kind of like projecting, right? You're still
Sure.
kind of
Right.
Rita stands up and like looks around and approaches you.
Okay.
So what's your plan now? You're in big trouble.
So the devil's bargain that I was going to be out is just meaning like unconscious, not like
Yeah.
out. Okay.
Yeah, you're still projecting there, but you're not able to affect stuff.
Sure. Okay. What is our plan now?
So you're just gonna vandalize my shop, and then what?
And then less criminals kill people with enhanced weapons that you give them.
You don't really think big picture, do you?
We are small. I am small. We do small things.
It's the first smart thing that anyone here has said tonight. You seem like you're in rough shape.
Yeah, I am.
Do you want to be big?
What?
Do you want to be big, small fry? Do you want to make it?
I just want to help. I want to do good.
It's good.
I want to make a difference.
I feel like I'm making a difference. You're small, smaller than me, but we're all small. Trying to fight things that are bigger than you can imagine is pointless. Go back to serving coffee. Unless you want to try and be a little bit bigger. What do you say?
I've already got to deal with the devil. You're going to make sure that you're going to get in line to make sure that I my soul's available.
Devil.
I can't figure out what you talk. Go ahead.
How do you think your friends are going to get out of here?
There has to be an elevator, right?
Does there?
Well, how do you
How
get
did you get in?
How do the criminals get in?
I bring him in.
Oh, we're so stupid. That's why there's no blueprints. What are you offering?
You seem like an exceptional person, tiny as you are. I could put in a good word for you to, I don't know, you ever want to be a star?
Star?
Take a lot of responsibility off your shoulders. Just live the life.
Just send us back home whenever you wake up. If that's what if you want to do something for me, that's what I want.
I hope for better. Well, I'll wait for your friends to do what they need to do down here. And you got yourself a deal. But and she one of her lower hands sort of takes your hand, and one of her upper hands like draws a like a sigil kind of on your palm, and it doesn't physically hurt burn, but you can tell like something is being inscribed into your palm.
Right. Right.
Um, she says, "Yeah, I'll send you home. No problem."
Thank you.
Um, Tell me about the wrecking job.
The wrecking job.
Oh, the rest of you,
Oh,
GM Mark,
sorry.
Oh.
GM Mark asking the other players to say,
I was like, "Where's this conversation going now?"
yeah, and I can tell you stuff that you discover as you are wrecking stuff too as well. So you'll get some more information out of it.
I think I'm primarily trying to, like, if there are any locked doors, I'll smash them or tear them
Yeah.
open so that we can get at everything.
Mhm.
Um,
Yeah. There are some locked doors. It's not super high security, and even if it was, you can easily tear through them. There's supply rooms that have a lot of medical supplies, cleaning supplies, um, parts that you know you can't make any sense out of. And um, yeah, but most importantly, you as you're like being thorough and smashing through stuff, um, you don't find a stairwell or an elevator or anything.
but there has to be like a air has to get in here somehow. There has to be a
Oh,
ventilation shaft or
maybe.
something.
Interesting. Let me think about that. Yeah. Nighthawk, tell me what you're doing.
So I think the first priority is going to be finding an exit so that we can get everybody out. Second priority would be to make sure that as much as this facility is unusable going forward. Third priority would be to see if we could find something that would trace back to the boss
Okay.
that Rita mentioned,
Yeah.
just to find out more about what's going on here. Because as we said coming in, it's very likely that um, uh, it's very likely that um, whoever's doing this job, the criminals will just go somewhere else to get it done or something like that. So we want to make sure we go as high up as possible to nip this as well as possible.
Yeah. Awesome. Um, let's go backwards for you. Can I get a hmm? Let me get a study roll from you.
Sure.
Oh, and I guess that's going to be 2 dice. Last one.
Yep.
Lower one.
Yep. So
4.
that's a
Not bad.
4.
Yeah. So in addition, like you probably grabbed data and stored it on a thumb drive or something as well. You also find, as you're ripping things apart, there are filing cabinets with physical records as well, and you get basically papers that trace funding back to the Shaw Corporation. They're directly funding this place, and it seems like they're probably the ones that are sending people here to get fixed up. And then for whatever their purposes are.
So it
Yeah,
sounds like they're the boss. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Perfect.
Nero, what are you focusing on here?
Yeah, I think information is important. Look to see if there's any control center. She was behind cameras, so is there a place that I can? Yeah, is there hard media storage? Is there some way we could pop in a thumb drive of some kind and try to save
Yeah.
information?
Let me actually get a study roll from you too.
Yeah, sounds good. Oof. I'm not a good studier. Any devil's bargains?
I think this will just be straight up. This is a more information gathering.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
5.
5. Cool. Yeah. So here's what you notice. The control room that you were in, there were, she was watching the cameras in the warehouse. You notice that there are also cameras throughout the facility. They, and not just like cheap security cameras, they look like very nice, like not security cameras, but like professional cameras, kind of. Everything is being recorded in high quality, basically. And as you go through a lot of the technology, you can definitely tell this is not human technology.
Okay.
And you do find a lot of storage for the media, and some of it is encrypted, some of it's open, but you can tell that unlike security cameras, which like are rotated, no footage is, there are petabytes of data here. Nothing has been deleted.
Oh, they're like data pack rats. They don't delete anything.
Yeah.
That's incredibly valuable, but how do you get it out of here? Oh man.
Yeah, and so there's a lot of medical equipment, stuff. You are, between especially Nighthawk and Svava, easily able to just like rip everything apart. It takes a few hours, but like no stone left on any other stone.
We have to get this back to my pod, because Rich just reminded himself that this fortress has analytical computer capable of scientific analysis.
Ooh, sweet. Is anyone keeping an eye on Ginny and Rita, or who is keeping an eye on Ginny and Rita while like you're doing the searching and destroying?
Assuming there aren't tons of doors to rip
Yeah.
open, I guess I'll be doing that while the
Yeah.
others are checking computers and that sort
Yeah,
of thing.
it's like a dozen-ish rooms altogether. It's not extensive.
Yeah. And I'll kick down the doors, and then I'll go keep watch, make sure
Cool.
everyone.
Ginny is wrecked. She is she is not waking up anytime soon. I think, and it's a couple hours of smashing stuff. And I think when everything is like thoroughly trashed, how is Rita restrained?
Oh, I think I have tied all of her arms, using like, if there's nothing other that's suitable, I use like bed sheets or something.
There's probably
whenever
medical
Nighthawk,
restraints.
whenever Nighthawk sees you doing that kind of stuff, he maybe points to a pipe or something like that to bend around her arms.
Nice.
Something.
Yeah, that's good. That's good.
Nice.
Yeah, metal restraints for metal arms.
Excellent. We're getting close to time. Yeah, actually, Narrow, as you're kind of going through stuff, you hear Ginny's voice in your head. Hello?
Oh. Hey, you should probably pretend that you're still asleep, so
That's what I'm
nobody thinks
doing.
you're involved. Good call. Good call.
Your friend hits really, really hard.
Yeah, she does. I'm sorry.
Look, I want to get out of here.
Define here?
This place,
Oh, I was hoping you meant your job. Okay.
the shop. I mean, look, you seem like really nice. I think
It sounds like a breakup. Wait, there's more.
we're stuck.
What do you mean?
Can does it like is one of you like a mole man, or we're deep underground and Rita's the only one that can get us in and out.
Oh, really?
Really?
Our entry point is also no longer accessible.
I peeked and I can see that Rita is, wow, your friend's really strong.
Huh?
I don't want to die down here.
Oh, we're not going to die. Don't worry. If you want out of this job, we can help you.
You're really nice. um Let me talk to Rita.
Okay.
If I can get her to let you go, will you let her go?
Nighthawk, I need to talk to you over there. Try to get away from Rita's earshot in case, she's also faking.
What's up?
Jenny's awake. She thinks she can convince Rita to get us out of here if we let Rita go. We've got enough information to do what needs to be done to this place. And not getting out of here is going to be bad. We're super far underground and rain's out. I don't know how we'll get out of here otherwise.
So you're saying we should let the criminals go so they can rebuild?
Let the criminals go for now, but we take the information we have and we find out who's up the chain. Who does Rita work for? Who are all their customers? That's way more valuable.
I agree. We know their customers, and we can make sure that those people stop, hurting the city. But, I don't like the idea of just letting them go. I mean, we came in here to stop this, and if we let them go, it's not going to be stopped.
We came here to stop this, not to arrest one person.
Sure, but are you saying that
You
if we
beat
let her
her.
go,
Like she knows. She knows that you kicked her ass. Isn't that good enough?
I'm just asking, if we let her go, is she not going to do any more damage? She's not
Oh,
going to
I'm
impact the
sure
city
she's going to
anymore?
try, but we'll have the information we need. We can get the Fantastic Four to help. We could reach out to some other people because we'll know who the whole network is. Shaw
Okay.
Corporation is nothing to sneeze at, and this is just one of the tentacles, Not to make a Hydra reference, but
Okay.
Okay?
Yeah. I mean, I don't like letting criminals go, but it sounds like, yeah.
She like runs up and hugs you real quick and then rushes back. Hey, okay, we're let's do the thing. Convince Rita so we can get
Okay,
out
give
of
me a
here.
second. And she goes quiet for a couple minutes. Svava, Rita opens her eyes.
Punch her again.
I think I just I'm like sitting or on the ground next to her. You gotta behave.
Oh, I'm so well behaved. uh, Sounds like one of your buddies made a deal to get you out of here.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Why don't you let me out of here, and I will do the same for you. No harm, no foul.
Gonna look around at all the destruction. Well,
I did it. Yeah, we're good. We're good. We worked out a deal.
It's not my
Solid.
dime. I just work here.
you sure? Remings?
Rain got us down here and she's out. She needs help. They've got us over the round thing that people put beer in.
Peg?
Keg.
Keg. Got us over a keg.
Well, if you say so, if you trust her to behave honorably, then yeah, I guess we'll go with that.
Just like wiggles her fingers on all 6 hands. Any day now.
Yeah, if you so you give us your word that you will do as you have you will fulfill your part of the bargain.
Oh yeah, I already talked with your sleepy friend over here.
Well, okay then. Yeah, I'll undo the restraints.
Screech.
Yeah.
And she like dusts herself off all 6 arms. Says, all right, do you have everything you need? Tray table's upright position. See you later. And she
Are we
Yeah, go
taking
for
the
it.
data that you wanted, Reminx?
Oh yeah,
Uh-huh.
yeah, you've already got that.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll like put it in me if I have to.
Yeah, and she does a little bit of dancing and spinning, and the white light starts glowing around, and it just gets real, like it just whites out, and then you find yourself back at the coffee shop inside where everything is wrecked, just like the place that you left. I think that's a good place to end.
Yeah.
Zap or some sort of onomatopoeia of some sort.
Awesome, and we'll find out how we get Raid back next time. Just wake up. Cool. Let's go ahead and do XP. I have a note that you have an advance already pending for explorers. Let's keep looking at XP while we're keeping that in mind. Did you discover something new about the world? Yeah, I'd say so. I'm going to say that's at least 2 XP, or that is 2 XP. Did you contend with challenges above your current station?
Yeah.
At least 1 there.
Sure felt like it.
Mm-hmm.
I think I'm going to give you 2 for that too, because that was rough. Did you bolster your team's reputation or develop a new one? At least 1 there for sure.
Daring, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Going right in. That was something else. And did you express the goals, drives, inner conflicts, or essential nature of the team?
Yeah, I mean, we're trying to protect the neighborhood and that sort of thing. I feel like that was under that.
Nighthawk was leading us. Like
Yeah.
Yeah.
Awesome. That sounds like 6, and that looks like you are now at advanced times 2.
We're bad at advancing.
We were talking last time about switching to rebels, I think.
Oh yeah. Let's hold on to that and let's do that first time next time.
Yeah.
Cool. Let me make a note of that.
It does seem like a group playbook of like protectors seems like it might be more pertinent right now.
Yeah.
But, yeah. It might be
And you're still like discovering cool new stuff. So you're still like doing explorer stuff.
Yeah.
But yeah, we'll definitely talk about it.
Yeah.
Any like strong feelings about advances right now, or do you want to do that next time too?
Do that next time.
Okay, cool. Let's roll through and character keep your order for XP then. Savava, Did you address a challenge with compassion or inspire someone?
Um, don't think I addressed the challenge with compassion. I'm not sure if I inspired anyone.
I
That's
think you
kind of
definitely did in the
yeah.
opening
Okay,
fight. Yeah.
cool.
Did you bring in your downtime clock's origin or profession?
Not well.
Depends on what your definition of fun is.
Well, I did talk about how we'd handle this in Asgard,
That's true.
so I think I'll take one.
Cool. And did you struggle with issues of trauma? Nope.
Nope.
Cool. Nighthawk. Did you address a challenge with force or recklessness? I'm gonna give you two of those right there for sure. Did you bring in your downtime clock's origin or profession?
The only thing I can think of is profession in covering up for the destruction of the coffee house, walking back and forth, and trying to cover up for that kind of thing.
Awesome. Cool. And did you struggle with your insecure leader?
I think especially at the end with the discussion with Remix, it was like, I'm not sure we should let the criminals go. And Remix was like, sure, we should, we've kind of done the thing.
Cool.
Yep.
Awesome. Go for it. Devil Wolf. Did you address a challenge with creativity or solve a problem by thinking outside the box?
I threw mud in somebody's face.
You did do that.
You portaled to a place blindly.
That's the one. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
that
Yeah.
there.
Cool. Did you bring in your downtime clock's origin profession?
Well, like when I said like there's already a devil, waiting for me or whatever, that's kind of my origin. So sounds
for
like
sure.
2 to me.
Did you struggle with your guilt?
Not on screen, not as far as I can tell. Yeah.
Cool. And remakes. Did you address a challenge with insight or add an interesting perspective to a scene?
I feel like a couple of times. Yeah.
Agreed.
I feel like it. Yeah.
Yeah. Cool. Did you bring in your downtime clock's origin or profession? Definitely one for origin.
Yeah. Origin. Yeah.
And actually, you serve someone coffee, so
hey, I'll take it. You want creep my espresso? She was really unrattled.
Did you struggle with your insecurity?
I feel like Nero was plagued with it, so I think an XP there makes sense.
Nice. Cool. That is XP. Is anything else? All right. We're a little bit over time. Do you have time to stick around for stars and wishes?
Yeah.
Awesome. Let's start with let's go backwards. Let's start with Rich.
So stars. So star to bringing in Spiral. Star to not naming Mojo, but hinting that Mojo's around. Star to offering for Spiral offering Rain the ability to be a star. Wow. Like, wow. Wow. Just wow. Oh, that was so good. That was great. And then a star to, I think Nighthawk was the one who said, "Hey, this shit's about to get real." Like we the players know that this is a bad situation. Are we going forward? I really liked that moment of it felt heroic and bold, and I really enjoyed that. It was a great. I felt really at a loss for a bit there. I'm like, what am I supposed to do? I don't know what to do. And all of us just committing to each other and doing the thing. It was great. Those are my stars. Wish.
Awesome. Wishes. Yeah.
Get back home. find out more information, like continue on this plot because it's pretty exciting. And more than anything, have a chance to actually make a dent, even if it isn't take down Capone, but like being able to feel like we did a thing would be really cool. Yeah.
Cool.
That's it.
Awesome. Thank you. Kai.
Every time we got kind of stuck on words, Svava punched something. So I really liked that start of punching. Um uh One to Nero for like mimicking me and helping me do the blind portal. In my mind, like without that demon inside of me, like the powers are different, right? Like I don't know. Anyway, it was very necessary, and I appreciated it a lot. And of course, jumping in front of all the bullets. I loved the paladin-esque conversation of like, we can't leave the criminals from Nighthawk. It's like, I think we kind of have to. That conversation was great too. I really wish I could have said something other than like no to Spiral, but it wasn't in character for her to do it. But so yeah, those are the stars. I can't think of any wishes at the moment. I think we're doing okay. I think we're doing good.
Awesome. Thank you. Stephen.
I'll start with wishes and then move to stars. One wish that I think Kai just brought up is I'd like to make sure you can hear me okay, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I'd like to make sure we should report back to the Fantastic Four, who are our mentors or our sponsors, about what we just found out, basically, because it's bigger than the rest of us, right? So I want to make sure that we get that on the table. It also seems like we have a lot of things going on, a lot of irons in the fire with like Svava's sister and the second Devil Wolf, the second Nighthawk. You know, there's a lot of crap going on.
Oscorp.
And Shaw, and it's a concern. I have to admit, during this session, I felt very stymied as a player. It seemed like a lot of the things that we were trying to do didn't succeed. Not due to dice. It felt, like, okay, we're going to try and do this thing. It felt very not just dire, but like there wasn't a path forward. So that'll roll well into stars, which is, thanks for that discussion where you said, are we going to blindly step off the edge of the cliff? And we did, and it worked out okay. And the same thing with like, stars to Devil Wolf for being like, okay, we don't know where to go now. I'm just going to blindly portal into a blind space. And again, it was another cliff jump that there was no way to know where to go, and it worked out.
It's so good.
Yeah.
It worked out into a critical. Like, that was beyond my ken. I wasn't thinking about that.
We had 2 criticals this session, which was amazing. So, speaking of which, was there a power associated with the second critical that would become a permanent thing?
I think that was just being a badass. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I think we had 3 crits actually. I critted against the towers or the turrets and against.
Oh yeah, that's right.
That's right.
Yeah.
Wow.
But I wasn't. I didn't have a power going.
We need to keep that in mind to keep, adding the powers in. So if we happen to crit.
Yeah, and that's the interesting, like not the divert, but that's the interesting mechanical thing is like you have to basically bet resilience to potentially get more powers.
Yeah,
it's interesting. Sorry, go ahead.
I think I was done.
Okay, cool.
Awesome. Okay, so I didn't say. I'm sorry. I do have another star, which is I like how nice Nero was to Ginny, and through proxy to Rita, and basically, you were like, we should talk to them, and they're really nice. And it was like, you've been mind controlled. We don't believe you anymore. And it was like, that's the only way we're going to get out. And I'm like, says them, right? So yeah, that was really good.
I love it.
Yep.
Thank you. And Adarsh.
Yeah, I think most of my stars have been mentioned. This was fun, but I felt also that thing where we didn't really have a path forward, but we figured it out. So I think that was good. Yeah. Yeah, that was good. Love having Spiral in here, and I mean, I have a wish now that we end up in Mojo World for like at least a one-time thing. I would love that. So yeah, doesn't have to be right away, but if we end up there at some point, I will be very happy.
We'll put it on the list.
So I have another wish to tag on to that, which is I have very little experience with Spiral and Jenny and Mojo World.
Same.
So I might have to ask for you guys to help me understand what's going on, because you guys were all like, Rita, that's so awesome. I'm like, Google, who the fuck is Rita? Yeah, okay.
Yeah, I did not make the connection until it was until the extra arms showed up. Because I only know her as Spyro, and I've like read one comic with her in it, but I recognize the look, and I remember her being very cool.
Yeah, the only thing I from reading knew about was the Long Shot comic, like way back.
Yeah.
And I had to go back and reread that, and it is terrible. But the rest was just like looking shit up on the wiki and being like, okay, yeah, oh, she runs a body shop, great, and then pulling pieces together.
Yeah. Same, Mark. I read Long Shot back in the late 80s, right? And remember thinking, this is super goofy. And now I think back and I'm like, Long Shot superpower is luck, right? So he's just got a stack of fate points. He's just spending to get things to do cool things.
Yeah.
But so like I don't know a whole lot of the rest of the Mojoverse stuff.
Yeah, and I think this is like using the flavor of canon to make our own thing, because Rita never worked in Staten Island, she's in LA. So a lot of this is going to be kind of like taking the kind of like 10 poles and just kind of like playing Maple around them.
I think it's very much the MCU vibe.
Like,
what you're doing is taking the spirit of a character, remixing it, pardon the pun, so that it fits in the story that you're telling now. I love it.
Exactly. Yeah. It feels good, even though like I'm kind of going by the seat of my pants on the actual stuff. Like it feels like it fits in with our story really well.
I'm sorry, Anders. I think I interrupted you.
No, that's fine. I was done, but I had another thought. I remember I think it was last session, we had this discussion about like how much we're doing superhero stuff, how much we're doing like investigation, that sort of thing. And I feel like we are. This felt more like a superhero thing, but it still feels a lot like we're doing like. And I'm not saying this is bad, but I felt like we had a lot of discussions about, but is this legal? Are we doing this or that? Like, are we trespassing? That felt like, do we care? Like, so and I'm not saying one way or the other is right or wrong, but I think we maybe need to decide how we want to do that sort of thing.
And I think that might be partially my fault, because I am a vigilante, right? I am a criminal breaking the law. Like Jennifer Walters is one of my antagonists for a reason, right?
Yeah. Yep, and I'm like, sure is.
maybe I should make that one of my downtime clocks, is, have you broken the law lately or something like that?
Yeah, that is definitely in my notes. Yeah. I think Swava is to kind of roll into my stars. I think Suave is a great counterpart to that because we're like, oh, you're trespassing, bam, like when too much
I
talky,
just
then
want
punchy.
to. Yeah, I just want to make sure that we're all on the same page with regards to what we want to do, what we want the consequences to be from our actions. Because
Mhm.
here for a little bit, I felt like I wasn't sure if are we are we superheroes or are we detectives?
Right.
And that means very different things for how you act in these sort of situations.
Yeah.
Because superheroes don't care about trespassing, but detectives do. And that's like, is the consequence a minor nuisance that it's something like, yeah, we need to go talk to someone or we
Mhm.
can just ignore it? Or is this like, no, this is a big deal. This will get us in real trouble.
Yeah, and I feel like the um I feel that, and I think that is partly a function of the tier right now because you're still like
Yeah.
the tier is in New York, so it's like, oh, if you get busted for jaywalking, like it matters here. Like when you get to tier 2, that's, and like when you go to like a Mojo World or Asgard or like whatever, like nobody cares about parking tickets anymore. So I think like it's like a little bit of friction while you're down here, and then as the crew gets higher tier, then it's just be like whatever. But yeah, I totally get what you're saying there.
Yeah, and like I said, it's not that I think one way or the other is better. I felt a bit uncertain about where we were on that scale.
Yeah.
So I wasn't sure. Like when I decided to punch Jimmy in the face, I was a little bit like, maybe this is a huge mistake, but maybe it isn't. And I felt like we weren't getting anywhere. So that was.
I just want to say I'm so thankful that Rich, am so thankful you punched her.
Yeah, that was super cool. Yeah, because she's just an office manager. One of the, so on her wiki pages, I don't know this character at all from the books, but one of her paraphernalia is a uh an anti-telepathic detection bracelets. And I was like, that's awful. I can't, that's just, they have the thing, and then you rolled the roll the engagement roll. I was like, well, I guess she's got it.
That's awesome. I love that you had that was canon. That's so cool.
Which character is she? I don't know.
Ginny Guzman. There's
I've
not a
never
lot
heard
of
about
stuff
her.
on her. Yeah, me
Okay.
neither until I saw her on the wiki connected to, like, who else would work there? Oh yeah.
Oh yeah,
Apparently she's
anti-telepathic
the
detection bracelet. That's awesome.
she's one of the only mutants powered after no more mutants or whatever.
Got it.
Is she the girl who knows things?
Maybe, yeah.
Oh,
I missed
shit.
all of that stuff, so I don't know anything about her.
Oh, neat. JNNI?
Jinny. Yeah, I posted the link to her.
GINN,
thank you.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was
Yeah.
me making a stupid joke in the chat.
Oh yeah. I thought this one was really fun. I could definitely feel like the tension of like there's not a way forward versus there's too much stuff. Yeah. Spiral is a badass. And yeah, going in and punching is bold. Uh Teleporting right down, like right behind her, super ballsy. I loved it. And yeah, just going in, like it felt like an interesting beats of like I understand the stymie feeling. It felt kind of like, oh, these aren't, we're not following hoods around anymore. We're dealing with some interdimensional arms dealer, so to speak.
Yeah.
And so like, cutting the power, fucking great move. I loved it. But it's only going to affect the terrestrial side of things, and stuff like that. So it's partly, it's I don't want to like excuse stuff by saying like I'm just following the fiction, because it's all flexible and not established. I felt like that was like, maybe just over the line into frustrating for that. but yeah, I've loved the way it turned out. The punching great, the teleporting great. The crits are amazing, and also the fails were fun to play with. Yeah, and like you wreck their shit, and now they gotta deal with their boss. So I loved everyone's like there was in the wishes were to do more superhero shit. I felt like we like started with a fight and like, had a lot of good stuff in the middle there. And I felt like there was a good balance of that between like the conversation with Rain and Spiral, or the conversation with Ginny and Arrow and stuff. I felt like you had good variety. Yeah, wishes just to see where it goes next.
You're playing to find out.
Yep.
It's true.
Yeah.
It's true.
And like literally the only thing I had planned was they're underground somewhere. Cool. Anything else?
It's all for me.
All righty. Cool. Sorry for running a bit over, but yeah, we'll see everyone on the internet next time.